Hello and welcome back to another poetry review. My name's Adam Gary. Today we are reviewing Stephen Bruce's White Knuckle. Is that overexposed? There we go. There we go. Nope. There we go. Yes, today we are reviewing White Knuckle by Stephen Bruce. I was actually sent a free copy for a review by 1987 Books, so thank you very much. That doesn't mean that I'm going to give it a review just because I got sent a free copy, of course, because I've got to look out for my viewers. However, it is a very good collection, so let me tell you why. So I'm going to try and stick to a certain formula with these review videos now, as I seem to be doing more and more of them. So I'm going to start off with the boring stuff as always, which is formatting. I thought it was very nice. It's a very handy thing to have a contents with page numbers. A lot of poetry books don't have those. They kind of just open up to the first poem. It's not a massive issue if it doesn't have it, but it's nice. It's nice to see that this has one with page numbers, because if you do have a favourite poem, of course, you can get straight to it rather than having to bend corners or making notes of it. So I thought that was a nice touch. It's a small thing, but it's nice that it was done. Opposite to that, you have the index. Let me just find it. You have the index. If I can find it. There it is. Index of first lines. Now, I might be really ignorant, and I probably should have attacked my shelves and collections to just double check. But I have never seen this before, and I thought it was very creative, a very cool idea, and it works 100%. So at the back of the book, you've got, I don't know if that's in focus, I'm using a new camera and I'm not 100% sure how to use it yet. At the back of the book you've got an index of first lines. Now it's not just an index of first lines, because it's actually a poem in itself. And I was very impressed by that. So you've got all the first lines of every poem in here, ordered to make another poem. So bravo, Stephen Bruce. I thought that was a very nice touch, and it's a good poem as well. So that's that. In terms of formatting for the whole book, it's a poetry collection. There's not much to say in the way of formatting. It's kind of just Garamond or Times New Roman. Nice spacing, of course, but there's no sort of there's nothing else to say on formatting than that. Now, that is not a bad thing with this collection. This is a very heavy collection, touches on some very heavy topics, and it doesn't need gimmicks to kind of sell it. Not sell it, but it doesn't need gimmicks. It doesn't need formatting gimmicks like, for example, my last review was Lana Del Rey's, who had these photos and it was scanned poetry, and that is awesome. That was really cool. But this poem, I don't think it would suit the collection. This is very much about the poetry, so it works. So I just thought I'd kind of explain that, because this is the formula that I'm going to be sticking to, but in no way is that an issue. Again, in terms of formatting, I'm just scanning through. If I didn't say this, I would be inconsistent, and some may buy this, read it, see it, and say, why didn't you pick up on that like you did in all your other reviews? So I'm just going to point out that there are still pages with a lot of blank a lot of blank space. There's another one. I think I folded out 3 altogether. If you've been following me for a while, you'll know that one of my biggest pet peeves is use of pages and use of resources, and in my opinion, if you've got, you know, something that small, why can't you put 2 or 3 on the same page? I know a lot of you disagree because it's a separate poem, but I just wanted to point that out, that it is in this collection. However, same with Lana Del Rey's poetry collection, the majority of the pages, that's a bad example, the majority of the pages are filled with text, so you can forgive it. It's fine, because it's not like every page isn't used up, basically. In terms of devices and techniques used by the poet, clearly knows what he's doing. There's multiple different devices and techniques being used, but one thing I really wanted to talk about was his use of enjambment, or if you're common like me, enjambment. I really like Stephen Bruce's use of enjambment. Very impactful, very powerful. There is a poem that I'm going to read. Actually, this is probably a good point to start reading. Which one was it? The adults are ornamental. This is why it's good to have a contents page, because I can just go like this. 17, there you go, you see? So if you're self-publishing, folks, consider putting in a contents, because it makes life easier for your readers. No, this isn't. Oh no. Oh no, this isn't the one I wanted to use. Hang on, I'll have to cut to it. Give me 2 seconds. Okay, apparently I lost it. I didn't fold down the page. That really sucks. But basically, his use of enjambment is very good and impactful, so thumbs up. One thing I would say about the poetry in this collection is, I personally, and this is just my style, everyone has different styles. I did go on Stephen Bruce's website, which is, I will tell you, I'll leave a link for it in the description anyway, but it is where is it? It is stephenbrucewriter.com, www.stephenbrucewriter.com. I did read that one of his influences is Charles Bukowski, same as mine, so I kind of get his style, but my personal style, and personally as a reader, I would have kind of liked for a lot of these poems to, they felt like they finished too soon. I kind of would like a bit more of a inward sort of perspective on how things were feeling. Now that's just my style, and I'll come on to another point in a minute that will contradict what I've just said, but I did feel like a lot of these poems stopped short a little bit, and I kind of would have liked to see a bit more use of personal feeling. However, the other point I'm going to make now is going to contradict everything, because this is a very, very hard-hitting collection. It's very much in your face, very much kind of just ripping the lid off all these sort of very dark subjects. Yeah, it's on the back, I can say it without spoiling anything. Like child, and it is very much out there, but at the same time, and this is what contradicts what I just said about wanting to know more about how the poet felt, at the same time he does do that, but it's more delicate. It's hard hitting and in your face, but at the same time very delicate, and you really, really have to spend your time reading each and every one of these poems. You've got to read it over, as I say in my videos, 3 or 4 times, and really read between the lines, and that's how you understand how the poet is feeling. So yes, I've just contradicted myself, because yes, the poet does express how he feels inside, but you have to really, really, really kind of slow down with this collection and read between the lines. This is definitely not something that you can read over in one night and know exactly what's going on. You have to really take your time with this and kind of really analyse each and every poem. So actually, if you're just starting out and want to kind of get into reading poetry, this is a great place to start, because this will force you to slow down and analyse. Hello! So apparently I started editing this video and my camera deleted my outro, which is a shame because I've had to sit down and film this again and totally lost my chain of thought. But yes, to conclude, I believe I said if you're just starting out poetry, this may not be the collection for you. However, if you really want to delve into something that's deep and gritty and want to get more experience in analysing and reading between the lines, this is definitely the collection for you. So it's such a shame. I've totally lost my chain of thought and I don't know what I've said and what I haven't anymore. But I would definitely recommend this if you are used to reading nitty-gritty stuff, or if you want to get involved more in analysing poems. However, if you're just looking for a quick read, light read, this probably won't be for you. However, I do recommend it and I do think it's a good collection. If you enjoyed this video and want to help support me and my channel and keep it growing, I do have my own collections, or I have some merch which I'm not wearing at the moment, but I have t-shirts, posters and stuff like that. Please check out the description down below for the relevant links. I am going to quickly finish by reading one of the poems and I will see you next week. The adults are ornamental. 8:30 in the morning. I should be making my way to school instead of standing between pensioners in the post office queue. The clerk stamps the benefit book and counts out the money that fuels my mother's drug problem. When I return, the man of the house is couch-bound watching TV. It occurs to me that I spend days washing clothes in the bathtub, conjuring meals, cleaning the house, wiping sick from my mother's face, and at night I read my own bedtime stories.